People always warned us about Black Hollow Forest, but no one ever said what actually happened out there. There were stories, sure. Murmurs of disappearances, whispers of strange lights in the trees, but nothing concrete. Just tales meant to scare kids, or so we thought. Every town has a place like that, some forgotten patch of woods with too many old secrets and not enough answers. But we weren't kids anymore. We were 4 grown men in our 20s who'd known each other since middle school, and this was just another one of our camping trips, like the ones we'd done every year. Only this time, one of us didn't come back right. We arrived at the forest on Friday afternoon. Me, Ryan, Lucas, and Nate. We parked on a gravel turnout, loaded our gear, and hiked in 6 miles to a clearing Ryan found online. The weather was cool, crisp, early October, and the trees bled orange and red across the hills like fire. The hike was uneventful, and we laughed about stupid high school stories like nothing in the world could touch us. The first night was perfect. Campfire, beers, stories. Nate told his usual urban legends, how a ranger once saw something crawling on the treetops, how hikers heard a baby crying in the woods and were never seen again. Lucas called bullshit, but Nate just grinned. "I'm telling you," he said, "this place has a vibe. Like it's watching us." We laughed. And we went to sleep. We woke up, but Ryan didn't. His sleeping bag was empty. Still zipped. No sign of struggle. Just gone. At first, we thought he'd gone to take a leak or maybe explore the area, like he usually did. Ryan liked his quiet mornings. But as time passed, 10 minutes, 20, an hour, that calm dissolved into something else. We searched in every direction. Called his name until our voices cracked. Lucas fired off 3 rounds from his revolver, hoping the noise would guide him back. Nothing. We stayed another night, praying he'd return. He didn't. On Sunday, we hiked back and called the rangers. They launched a full search. Dogs, drones, helicopters. They combed that forest for days. Not even a footprint was found. Eventually, they told us to go home. Ryan was declared missing. I couldn't sleep for weeks. His face haunted me. His stupid jokes. The way he'd tilt his head when he talked like he was really listening. Gone. Just like that. And worse, the forest didn't give us answers. Just silence. Then, exactly 13 days after he vanished, someone knocked on my door. It was 3:13 a.m. I live in a small apartment on the edge of town. The knocking was slow. Deliberate. 3 knocks. Then silence. I opened the door. And there he was. Ryan. Only, it wasn't. At first glance, everything looked right. Same height. Same face. Same dark eyes. But it was wrong. The way he stood. Too still. His arms hung rigid at his sides. His skin looked gray. Not sickly, gray. Like ash. His lips were cracked. His nails were dark with dirt. "Ryan?" I whispered. He smiled, but it was mechanical. Slow. Too wide. Like he didn't understand how faces worked anymore. "I'm back," he said, his voice flat. Empty. A puppet imitating a person. I should have slammed the door. I didn't. I let him in. He sat stiffly on my couch, his eyes never blinking, never moving. Just staring forward like he was watching something I couldn't see. Where the hell have you been?" I asked. "I was lost," he said. "But now I'm found." I laughed, a nervous, dry sound. "You've been gone for 2 weeks." They looked everywhere. "You were just gone." "I walked," he said. I kept walking. The forest led me out. His voice was monotone, but something about the way he said the forest made the hair on my arms stand up. That night, I let him sleep in my spare room. I couldn't leave him out there, not after he'd been missing for so long. But the walls felt thin. I didn't sleep. Every few hours I heard him muttering behind the door. Sometimes in his voice. Sometimes in something else's. I called Lucas the next morning. He didn't believe me at first. When he saw Ryan, he went pale. "That's not him," Lucas said, pulling me aside. "I don't know what that is, but it's not Ryan." "He knows things only Ryan would know," I said. "He told me about that time we broke into Mrs. Callahan's garage and got caught. No one else knew about that." Lucas shook his head. "Yeah, but what else does it know?" The thing was, Ryan didn't act like Ryan. He didn't laugh. Didn't eat. I never saw him sleep. He'd just stand outside my window at night, staring up at the trees like he was waiting for something to call him back. Then I found the dirt, piled beneath my living room rug. Damp, black, and writhing with tiny white worms. Like something had been digging there. Or maybe buried. When I confronted him, he didn't deny it. He just tilted his head and said, "They told me to dig." Said I need to prepare. Prepare for what? I asked, heart pounding. His smile widened again. "They're coming." That night, I woke up to the sound of scratching. Not from inside the house. From the ceiling. I live on the ground floor. I grabbed my flashlight and stepped outside. Ryan was standing barefoot in the middle of the parking lot, arms stretched out wide, head tilted back, eyes rolled white. He was whispering in a language I'd never heard, voice too deep, layered like multiple voices speaking through him. And then the lights in the whole building flickered. A hum vibrated in my chest, not my ears. My chest. Like the sound came from inside me. And I saw them. Shapes in the trees. Watching. Tall, thin. Twisted limbs too long for their bodies. No eyes. Just mouths. Smiling. They stood just beyond the tree line, unmoving, waiting. Ryan dropped to his knees and laughed. Not his laugh. Something else. Something dry and crackling. Like leaves burning. We tried to confront him the next day. Me, Lucas, and Nate. We tied him to a chair in Lucas's basement. Asked questions. "What are you?" "I am Ryan," he said. "Where did you go?" "The place beneath. The hollow." "What do you want?" He smiled. "To open the door." "What door?" But he didn't answer. He started chanting. And then the walls began to bleed. Not metaphorically. Actual blood. Thick and black, oozing from the concrete. It smelled like rust and rot. Lucas screamed. Nate ran upstairs. When I looked back, the ropes were cut. No blade. No tool. Just gone. And Ryan was standing. "You can't stop it," he whispered. "You invited me in." That night, Nate vanished. 2 days later, Lucas hanged himself in his garage. I tried to leave town, but my car wouldn't start. My phone won't work. Every time I walk toward the highway, I end up back at my apartment. The trees are closer now. Branches scraping the windows. Sometimes, I see faces in the park. Sometimes they blink. Ryan still comes at night. He stands outside my door and whispers, "Open the door, Danny. You let me in once. Just one more time." And I can hear them behind him now. The things in the trees. The ones who gave him back. But Ryan didn't come back human. He came back wrong. And he's not alone.